Crankbait. This bill is a lot bigger than, let's say, this one, right? So it's gonna want to go down more into that water. So I want to keep that bait up a little bit. So it does, like any of these, like any of these smaller ones, I'm keeping my rod tip down. Cause I keep it down so it creates like a real sharp going up, going down, going up, going down, you know? So that's why I kind of like it. Rather than this big time, just so this doesn't dive down. Granted, they're getting chased, that kind of anticipates the bass to bite a little bit more, you know? Bring it up. You can go side, however you want with these jerk baits. Pop it up, let it go down. Texas rig, you know, you're gonna have to slow crawl it, you know, pop that a little bit too. It's not hard to mess up. Usually I'm doing some catfishing. I got this jerk trees, all that kind of hitting like a little passageway. So it goes from in the middle of the lake to all this trees. So I'm trying to hit right in the middle where all this bass are kind of going in and out of, you know. I kind of like doing this, like a little stop and go action. That kind of creates it to kind of go. These are honestly one of my favorite baits to use, especially year round. They work in the summer, fall, spring. You can also do like a pull, reel in that slack, let it stop, pull, stop, reel in that slack, pull. You gotta find different ways to really give your bait the best chance to get caught, you know? So you don't want to go super fast the whole time. I like my bait working for me. I don't like working for my fish. I don't like feeling like I have to do so much of a presentation to where I have to feel like I have to make those fish bite, you know? The main goal is you want them to bite. This is enough effort as is, I guess. I don't mind. Some people say that's why they don't like bass fishing. You know, you gotta cast and cast and cast and cast, which is, I mean, I don't have an issue with that. I love catfishing too, you know, you just throw it in, sit down and wait. That's what I love about fishing. Fishing is kind of for everybody. You know, if you don't want to stand up like this and constantly move around and find different spots to pick, you know, and pull out a chair and grab some weenies and go catfish. If you want to move a little bit more than this even, you know, you can go fly fishing, learn fly fishing. That's also something I want to learn, you know. I still haven't even learned that. But fishing's for everybody. That's why I love fishing, you know. Everybody kind of sport. Everybody can fish, you know. And if you have enough patience and really want to fish, you'll have a good time. Right now, you know, I haven't caught anything. I'm not getting any bites. You know, it's super slow, no activity, but I'm having a great time, you know. It's getting out, going to a lake, trying it out, trying a new bait out, you know, it's great. And if we catch a fish, then hey, that's even better, you know. But the thing is, especially when I got into fishing, if you're going there expecting to catch a fish every cast or every trip, you're not gonna like it, and you're gonna kind of hate, you know, going fishing. A lot of it is patience, and a lot of it is like, let's say, like, okay, I've been in this lake plenty of times, right? I see plenty of bass always hitting top water, especially around this time, you know, high noon. They're always wanting to get out and be active, but right now it's super dead, you know. So it might depend on the day, you know. Like say it's, you know, not active today, you know, like obviously, you know, you don't hear any splash, you don't see any fishes, but tomorrow, you know, all the fish could be out. You know, it's a lot of. That's why you got to be pretty consistent. That's why I try and stay pretty consistent, just because you never know what a good fishing day will be until you go out there and fish, you know? It could be horrible conditions, you know, it could be rainy, windy, you know, just horrible weather, but hey, all the fish are biting that day, you know? It's very, very different. Especially when choosing baits. You want to know, this lake is very green, very nasty, you know, it's not the best, you can't really see it, it's real murky. So I'm gonna go with bigger presentations, darker tones. See, this kind of black looks great underwater, and then it has this orange belly that kind of makes it pop a little bit. But like, say like when these fish are pretty pressured, I'd probably want to go for something more like this, something that's, you know, it'll, if it's green and it's, you know, the water's green, it's gonna build on that silhouette. This is a great one. I like using this whenever I kind of run out of all options, you know. So this is great, especially at nighttime, you know, that purple. It makes it look really, really dark, and it looks like a big shadow imitating a big, you know, crawfish or anything like that. Looking into fishing, thinking about fishing, a lot more content here soon. And, you know, I'm not just a bass fisherman, you know, like I love catfishing. I probably like catfishing more than bass fishing, just because I hate to sound lazy, but you know, I'm not working for my fish as much, you know. I personally use Fish Brain. I know that sounds, you know, a little corny and a little whatever. It's pretty reliable. All the spots that I've been to on there hold some weight to it, you know. It's not just people posting whatever. Sometimes that is what it is though. Man, there's nothing here, nothing biting today. I tried already a couple other different baits. I've ran through my go-to jerk bait. I love this little thing, man. It does like a full circle almost, and so as you're reeling it in, especially when you get closer to the shore, it'll kind of pop up and almost jump out of the water almost. If you leave it, it's like super top water. If you do like a real low slow, what it's gonna do is it'll kind of tip its nose just a little, so it'll create like a nice splash, almost like a topwater. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. See how amazing. Oh, no matter what you use too much, you know, as long as you get out there and fish. Say the biggest thing about learning how to fish and really want to get good at fishing is, yeah, just because you see everybody every day posting big fish, that you're just a bad fisherman. I see a lot of guys every day, they post like a big bass, but you know, they're at the same loaded pond. You know, I get skunked, you know, I don't catch anything, it's fine, you know, like I enjoy just being out here, you know, and making videos and stuff like that. So yesterday I didn't catch a thing, and the only thing I caught was something like that. I didn't catch nothing at all, and plus I fell in the lake yesterday too, so you know, like, stuff happens, you know. It kind of ruined my night, but certainly can't control, you know, if the fish are hungry or not, if they want to eat. So, you know, some days it's gonna be good, some days it's, you know, there's not gonna be much. But I think we're about done. You don't need the most expensive stuff. My favorite jerk bait, this little red and white one, Temu, TikTok, all of that. Like, I scour the internet for all kinds of baits. You know, Bass Pro, every single time you want to, you know, a new bait, try different things, try different brands, try, you know, random stuff you've probably never even thought about using before. Like spoons. I don't ever see anybody with spoons anymore. These are great, you know. I say the biggest thing is, don't overcomplicate it. All you need, really, literally, all you need, the only colors I'm gonna tell you right now that you do need for fishing, that I would say, in my opinion, you know, something that's green. I'd also say something purple, of the purple variety, whether that's a purple worm, something that's white and red. This has like that white belly and the red nose, same right here, and then this one also has like that chartreuse kind of top. You know, have a little variety. You know, you can get all kinds of reds and all kinds of blacks and all kinds of orange and greens and yellow. You really don't need too much, man. You just need like a couple colors that are really gonna kind of cover all kind of grounds. You need the fanciest stuff or the most expensive things or all the colors in the world. Just get you a good solid 4 or 5 colors that, you know, you feel confident in. Need the most, you know. Just have a rod, you know, have some bait, even if it's cut bait, you know, go catfish. Yeah, in some ponds, in some certain situations, it doesn't really matter what you use, you know. Try not to overcomplicate everything, you know. Fishing's simple, much, and overthink everything. But yeah, I think that's about it, man. That's nothing. A little slow morning, but thank y'all for watching, man. Have a good one.